we also wanted to discuss the news that I think it was like I can't remember what convention he was at recently, but he basically was like up on stage. Ewan McGregor, I'm mentioning, and he basically said to the fans, "We're looking at at possibilities for season 2 of Obi-Wan." He mentioned that he wants to wear the old Clone Wars armor and do some stuff with Rex possibly, and yeah, I can't say this is something that either of us have wanted.
Yeah.
but here's the thing. I didn't like the things I enjoyed about the first season of Obi-Wan was purely just like the performances. Like I love seeing Ewan McGregor back, even though I didn't love the story.
Man, just a sad.
Yeah, well, that was the most fun.
But like of a man,
it made sense for the time, right?
Yeah. I those were the best parts of it.
Agreed, and I don't think you would have to make like a season 2 like correlate from season 1. I think it can be an entirely new story. And I think what he's kind of mentioning, like for the Clone Wars armor stuff, is like for flashbacks, maybe.
Yes, yeah.
But I honestly think you could set it at any point in Obi-Wan's life, and it kind of work. Like
it would be so weird for like season 2. Oh, we're just strictly
back in the Clone Wars.
We're just only doing a Clone Wars story.
It would be weird. But I don't think anyone's really wanting like a direct sequel to the first season. At least I'm not.
Leia, you're back.
That would be really rough if it's Leia. Yeah, I think
I'm going on an adventure with Luke. Then he's never gonna hear from me again.
Yeah, like, yeah, I don't want it to have anything to do with like the main canon.
Yeah,
I think what their original idea was for season 1 was to have like Darth Maul be the antagonist of the first season.
Yeah, and but we already know how that goes.
Yeah, right. It's the same thing. Like, yes, neither of those characters can die until like their time in Episode 4 or their time in Star Wars Rebels. But yeah. I feel you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not completely opposed to an Obi-Wan season 2, because as much as there were things that I really tried hard to reason with, of like, I mean, like technically
this tracks.
She calls him Ben, and then refers to him as her best friend, and then only refers to him as Obi-Wan, and never really acknowledges their relationship prior to that in Episode 4. But like, yeah, I mean, it kind of works.
That's what bothers me so much, is that like Leia never once mentioned that like she knew Ben, like not once.
Not once.
I don't know.
This whole adventure
where he had to save her twice from being kidnapped. Like that's a pretty big deal. And yeah.
So like, as there was that, there was the Reva stuff, which was just like,
oh, I hate it all.
Not good.
I mean, and no shade to the actor. I just didn't like any of that story.
No, yeah.
And I know a lot of the controversy was around like her, right? But
yeah. No, none to the actor. It was just, like you said, the story, the character did not
land.
No.
Yeah.
But like, it was there. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I like Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan. If they wanted to move forward and do another story where like maybe he's even more like grayer, like short,
like it's getting more close to the time of Episode 4 is what you're saying.
Yeah, or
sure. Like I don't mind that. I just have no idea what story you tell at that point.
Yeah, maybe something with Qui-Gon, or something with maybe you bring in somebody to play Cal Kestis, and he meets Cal Kestis.
That'd be great. I would love that. But like, they also messed up the Qui-Gon stuff at the end of the season for Obi-Wan.
Yeah, and by the way, like I don't need it. It would be cool. It would be cool, but like, it was cool to see Hayden Christensen do the flashback scene to him in the Clone Wars. But I don't need it. Like, I don't need a whole scene. Like, it's the same thing with hey, wouldn't it be cool to see Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan fight Darth Vader? Yeah, but like, you made a whole season that I just really felt like all you wanted was to do that, and like some of it was
like, yes, the fight was
like,
good, right?
Kind of
but
ruined canon in some ways,
right? Like, it's like it doesn't logically make sense. Like that, yeah. Like the fight was cool, but like the way they left and like why would Obi-Wan just keep him alive? Like it just none of it makes sense, right? It's very forced.
It just felt like, well, this will excite people, but we're not. It just felt like, for lack of a better term, like a cash grab.
Agreed.
It didn't really feel like Obi-Wan really, like, I guess in a roundabout kind of way, got his mojo back.
But I don't know, the progression wasn't good, and I don't know, like by the end of the season, like it felt like he just kind of like magically gained it back, and I don't know, it wasn't great.
It really wasn't.
And I don't know. I'm totally fine not revisiting. I also wouldn't be surprised if, like, I don't know if you remember the the Jon Snow spinoff that they were working on.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it just goes that way, where they all are passionate about making something with that character, but there's just not a story to tell. There's not a necessary story to tell, and so they just maybe put it on the shelf. I think that's realistically where this goes.
I mean, like, because like, what more do you need to do with Obi-Wan as a character?
He's arced. He's fully arced. Like, like what else you need to tell? I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe love story wise, maybe he finds some love. I don't know. He did that in the Clone Wars, but
like, yeah, if you wanted to make a Clone Wars story, but I just really don't see the point, other than just like, it'd be cool to see him in the armor. It's like,
I think what would be maybe better is if he, I don't know, maybe he voices like a Clone Wars style like animated show for Obi-Wan. I don't know. Maybe, but then everyone would be like, well, that's not the Clone Wars actor. Because it's a different actor who voiced Obi-Wan.
I really hope they just don't do, like, explore ideas, fine. But if
it's not like a drop dead, like, this is like everything, I don't know, that I want, and it's exciting. I don't know. Like, it's got to be perfect.
If it was to help, like, they did introduce the idea of like the Jedis on the run, that they have this kind of like underground railroad system that they've set up.
Sure, maybe he develops that.
Yeah, like if you wanted to dive into that, I could be on board with it.
Right, but like, do they? And that's the thing, is that I don't know if that would ever, like would they be interested in that? Because do like Obi-Wan and Darth Vader ever meet up at that point?
Oh my God!
I think that's what they care about.
Another fight.
I think they would care about like an Obi-Wan versus Darth Maul again, or an Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader, and yeah, we don't need it. We don't need it. Right? It could, like, genuinely, if you did a show, like, I that's my favorite idea so far that we've come up with, is that he develops the Underground Railroad for Jedi, and is saving Jedi while he's on Tatooine, and he's not going up against a Darth Vader or Darth Maul. He's going up against Inquisitors who might discover the railroad at some point, or I think the Inquisitors are all great characters that you can keep using.
But they can't keep, like, that was part of the problem. Like, they can't stay. He can't have them be coming to Tatooine. You know what I mean?
Well, then maybe he goes off world and develops this, and I mean, which again doesn't make sense for him looking out for Luke, but. Whatever. Yeah,
exactly. Sure. Like that. Yeah. That is another problem. Like,
right, he needs to stay on Tatooine.
Droid? Can you keep an eye out on Luke? Could you radio me if you see him get, I don't know, shot?
Yeah.
I don't like.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, if they wanted to do anything, like maybe a short would be the best, like, route for them to go, like a 45-minute, hour long, like they did the specials for Marvel, because I think I think what I really enjoyed from that Obi-Wan was like mainly the first episode where you like got to see his life and like what he was doing and like him talking with Senator Organa. And I don't know. I thought all of that was really well done. You got some aspect of like the Jedi Underground Railroad, like a Jedi came to him for help. I think all that was strong, but the more you expand, the worse it gets. So maybe just keep it really limited.
Keep it so limited.
Just 45 minutes, and that's all we need. Yeah. I don't know.
I wouldn't touch it.
I wouldn't either. We can just leave that in the past and forget about it.
I don't even count it as canon in my head.
And I feel like we haven't come clear. At least I haven't come across as an Obi-Wan. Like I love the character of Obi-Wan. I think he's amazing in the prequels. If the first season was any better, maybe I would like more, but I don't. So yeah.
I don't.
That's my thoughts.
Really
really don't.